Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a goal turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. He'll call for the fair catch here. On first down, here comes this offense. Give to the running back. Fights off a defender. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. They'll put the tight end in motion. And it's picked off. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Trojans. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick 6 early and put yourself in a hole. Not good.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Running back goes in motion. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. On the option. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Wide out in motion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. And that pass picked off. He'll try to take it back. What a play he made. Makes the interception, then takes it back to the 36.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Using the spin move. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Miami, 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And that ball is picked off. Takes it the other way. The 10. Touchdown, USC. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And quarterbacks in zone coverage, they have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You could tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and then turns into an offensive player and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Offense gets set for second down. Wide receiver shows motion. From the gun, the running back has it. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. And the Hurricanes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They're trying to get to it. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Hurricanes line up to punt it away. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
USC offense will take over 1st and 10.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but we weren't going to let it happen there.
The negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Trying to move them on the counter. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up a 4 to the 19. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to...
And that's a live ball. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Spits it out to the back. Makes the grab on the left. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. Motion from the offense. Quarterback on the keeper. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. He breaks a tackle.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Gonna run it. It's Myers. They bring him down, and he's gonna lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ball game.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll try the run. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. USA 21, Miami 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Still looking, on the move. Trying to escape and get it himself. Off he goes. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Quickly complete. Finds a crease at the 20. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
His defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
The Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Now on the option. He'll toss it. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Trojans.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 10, set to kick it off.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
On the ground, it's Meyer. He'll push his way out to the 38, pick up a 3.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Quarterback keeper. Runs through the tackle. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Rhodes. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Hurricanes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse. Open runway ahead. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this one.
Slips one guy, now he's loose. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the...
Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Fresno State has the lead right now, but this Bulldog Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by a field goal over Hawaii. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Made a defender miss. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Unloads to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Really need positive yards on second down. After the incompletion, they'll snap it from the 44. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. But a nice job by the defender just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Right back to the well. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff to the single back. Fighting off the defender. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
They're facing a third down. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Taken down after the hurdle, but he picked up the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double.
He's going for the big play. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
They go 4 vertical, and I love that play call. This is one of the best receivers in the country. This play's tailor-made for him. He does a great job with the route. He understands coverages, and he's got a great catch radius. What a good play call for this particular play.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Smashes it between the uprights. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
They're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
They'll open the second half on the ground. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They'll go right back to the run. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
1st and 10, they're down to the 25. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And the Trojans are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And the punishment has been extended. These guys wanted to make a statement. Statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop him. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They're just about ready to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. On the option. He'll pitch it. Curve perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. You got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Easy.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Got enough for the first. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And the Canes with the 1st and 10. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Into the house. Touchdown, Hurricane!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Makes the grab. It's Cuber. Across the 25. He's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Touchdown USC! And the route is on. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Boston College delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Chestnut Hill. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Fast motion from the offense. The run from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On the option. The pitch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Hurricanes send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man.
And the USC offense will take over. 1st and 10.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. The run to the left. Smashes through. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get 1st downs. They throw the football and get 1st downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting 1st downs. They are so hard to defend.
A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. USA 52, Miami 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Using his legs, it's Herring. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Right back to him on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. They'll send out the kicker here. It is good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
It's now 2nd down after the short completion. Goes to the option. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got his man quickly. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that 1st down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the 1st down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Oh, and a burst disaster by falling on his own fumble.
These specialists and these return specialists, they got speed for days. But you better hang on to the football. I know you want to make big plays, those splash plays that can change games, but you better secure the football first.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the defense had the perfect play call on there. Offense trying to go toss into the boundary, but the defense dialed up the corner blitz. Perfect play for the perfect moment to get the tackle for loss.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking for room. It's Harry. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Forced out of the pocket. Boy, was he well protected. Finally lets one go to the left. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Now they'll run it to the right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. The give out of the gun. And he's still running after the move. Running toward the tape. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, it looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
He'll pitch it. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Firing to the right, complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the...
Lofts one high and deep. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And he is brought to the ground, and that's how we'll wrap this one up.